everybody, my name's TK and welcome to the second edition of Pandemonium, my YouTube series where I talk about what I've been reading, watching, playing, and collecting from within the weird and wonderful world of pop culture. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition Blu-ray that was released just this week. I'm very excited to talk about it, so with all that said, let's get to the goods. Okay, so very excited about this one. Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray. A Warner Brothers film directed by Zack Snyder and produced by the great Christopher Nolan and Charles Roven. The music as well, the music done by Junkie XL. I think he did a song back in the 90s, I think it was. Something to do with an Elvis song. I think some of you may know what it was. Some sort of dance Elvis song. Little More Satisfaction. That's the one. He did the soundtrack to this. Also did the soundtrack to Mad Max Fury Road. So I think he's making his way up there finally. Anyway. This film took a bit of a beating, I believe, at by critics. You know, critics out there that down this, they pretty much need to just go fuck themselves because it's an amazing movie. It took so much from different perspectives and different universes within the DC universes, the multiverse. I know there's a lot in there from the Dark Knight Returns sort of storylines. That's where all this sort of Batman, the Bat armor sort of comes into it. An amazing job with that, I believe. And also, what was the other thing I was thinking? There's also a little bit of Death of Superman in there too, obviously. And for those of you that know, with Doomsday fighting at the end against Superman, Superman dies. And then obviously we'll come back into what capacity we don't know, but this was a mixture of a lot of different products and storylines from within the DC universe. I think it might be a little bit of injustice in there as well. I really can't wait for them to focus on bringing on the whole side of like Darkseid and the apocalypse sort of thing that they had in there. There's a little wee snippet in there of him, I guess, on Apocalypse, with the world turning into Apocalypse. There's also a scene there where Batman's fighting like these Superman soldiers, and they're alongside them are fighting these parademons, which, oh my god, they look fucking awesome. Ultimate Edition has a few extra scenes. It goes for, the original theatrical film came out for 2.5 hours. This one here goes for 3 hours. So I guess there's a few things which sort of help set the pace a little bit more, explain a few things a little bit more. The two things that really come to mind to me right at the start, when you have Superman fly to Lois Lane's to be her savior, you know, to save her from some Ugandan / African something, I don't know, some sort of gang in Africa or something, and Superman flies in, saves the day. It looked like a little bit of a setup there. Obviously Lex had some security crew, some secret security crew working in there, and they set it up to look like that Superman had pretty much flown in and destroyed this village and kill all these people, and you know, he's an evil guy, all that sort of thing. When in actual fact, you know, it wasn't him. It was set up by Lex, and what can you say? They hold these Senate meetings and stuff and try to point him as being the bad guy, and there you go. One of the other things that sort of stuck out was they added a little bit extra scenes in there, how Superman could not see that guy Wally in the wheelchair. They could not see that there was a bomb inside his wheelchair before he destroyed the Senate. It was lead-lined. Makes a lot of sense that he didn't see it when they actually explained to you how he didn't see it, so that was pretty cool as well. The extra scene as well, another one I thought was really cool, was right at the end, after Doomsday has been defeated, been destroyed, and Superman's died. These military personnel go into that ship that Zod had and then Lex gained, and looked like in that pit, I can't remember what the pit was called, you have Lex kneeling in front of some weird being who looked like some big demon sort of thing. And I'm wondering if that is Steppenwolf, as sure as in Darkseid, but if that is Steppenwolf, I wouldn't be surprised. These 3 floating boxes sort of things in front of him. Lex is on his knees. He looks up at Steppenwolf, and then Steppenwolf, this big hulking thing, that's sort of like a some sort of headdress on, which looked really cool. He's all sort of looked grey, and he had these 3 boxes in front of him, which I'm putting my money on, maybe mother boxes. I know there's a scene in the film where Cyborg turns into Cyborg by, you know, fusing with this mother box. And for those of you that don't know mother box, Google it. Read it up before you actually get too far into this movie franchise and not know what Darkseid or Steppenwolf or Calibac or Granny Goodness or Desaad, any of those sorts of things. You really want to look those up before you head into Justice League, or that you're having this ultimate villain that you know nothing about coming up on screen. But my money's on maybe that was Steppenwolf. I heard Willem Dafoe has been cast as Steppenwolf in Justice League Part 1, which I think maybe starts filming, has already started filming, maybe. It comes out, I think, maybe next year. I know Wonder Woman's out next year. By the way, Wonder Woman was great in this. Gal Gadot, outstanding. I really haven't seen her in her own first sort of feature film, and for her to be embodying this Greek goddess Wonder Woman, I think she's done a really great job to kick off the scene so far. So great job to round out the trinity with her. Ben Affleck as Batman. A lot of people saying Ben Affleck is the best. I'm not sure, but I did love him in this. You know, he's broken that sort of daredevil slash hero thing and then left that in the bin. What he's done with Batman is a real brooding Batman. I don't think we've seen a Batman like this on screen. He's a lot more vicious, a lot more brutal. I mean, some of the fight scenes that you see in this, and he's smashing people's heads into chests and things. He's branding people, which was a really cool thing. Branding people, those people end up going into jail and getting killed off because, I mean, ultimately they're the ones pissing Batman off. If they're pissing Batman off, they're not keeping him on the streets, so they want to kill them dudes inside the jails and shit and take them out. So pretty cool that they brought in that sort of concept in there as well. Henry Cavill as Superman, he did a great job in Man of Steel, and a lot of people disagreed with the ending of Man of Steel, how that went. I loved it. I think there's got to be a line that's got to be crossed at some point in time. It's just how you do it. And he did an excellent job in that film, and he's done an amazing job in this film as well. I think he's really figured out how to bring a real sincere form of character to it while still having all these powers that he has to be believable that he can, you know, just unleash on anybody at any time. And I think the chemistry of both Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill as the 2 greatest heroes of all time. Happy to debate that one as well, but they are the 2 greatest heroes of all time on screen. I think they did an amazing job. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Well, that was a very interesting one. Again, wasn't sure how he was going to pull it off, and I think the quirky, younger, you know, inventive, Google style multi-billionaire did a really, really manic job. I thought they the keeping the long hair was quite cool for him being early on, and as he did, he had long red hair at the start, so yep, that was cool, bringing it back to its origins. The fact that he hated that somebody else had this power that he could never have, they personified that, great. There is a extended scene in this Ultimate Edition DVD that's right at the end where, when Batman goes and sees Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor, in jail, Batman tells him pretty much that he's going to Arkham. He's got him in there, he's got friends everywhere, and he's getting him out of wherever he is in this nice cushy little hospital slash prison thing, I guess, and he's sending him to Arkham. I wonder if Joker and him cross paths or anything in any of these next films or before Suicide Squad, because I know Suicide Squad takes over after Batman vs Superman. For me, having Doomsday shown in a film, I know it was shown in the trailers, but him showing in the film the transformations that he went through, because I'm pretty sure in the trailers they didn't show him when he's like fully jacked up, you know, with all the rocks coming out and all that sort of thing. But the whole Death of Superman plot line at the end was just awesome, you know. I know Wonder Woman was getting in there, or Batman got off that one shot, you know, and let's be real, what else could he do with something like that? But, you know, hey, he weakened him for the others, didn't he? He did, yeah. Doomsday was awesome, you know, the fact that he was made from Zod's body, I thought was a great idea, you know, something that they had left over, and, you know, a great idea to then transform into this, you know, hulking mutation, and then unleash him on Metropolis or the world, or to kill Superman was just awesome way to finish the film. The effects in this film, top notch. I love all Warner Brothers films. I think they have a real platinum-edged pricing to them. I think that they always make the greatest films. I'm a pro Warner Brothers kind of guy. Really looking forward to where this one leads to next. I know Wonder Woman is next, and I think Gal Gadot did a great job in this. That's pretty much all I got to say on this film. I loved it. I'll watch it again. I've got another 2 days. I'm a weekend at the moment, so I'm probably going to watch it another couple of times, even though the 3-hour time limit, you know, it doesn't bother me. Go out, get yourselves a copy of this extended, Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. There's a second disc for this as well, which has the theatrical releases on it, and it also has 2 hours of extras. Okay, I don't know if you can see on the back here. It talks, where are we here? It talks about something on the Batmobile. It's got a thing there about Batman and Superman working together, being on set, blah, 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 blah. A big thing there on Wonder Woman. You know, I'm looking forward to watching that too. You know, get me hyped up, ready for the Wonder Woman movie due out next year. And also, one thing that I did watch on this the other day is SavingTheBats.org. There's a really cool thing that they released on here, which was Zack Snyder getting all of his crew and all the crew's kids to build these houses for bats, sort of like bird cages, but for bats, and had their kids work on them, paint on them, all that sort of thing, and the money that they sold these houses for was going to go to this bat saving organization. Watch it, it was really cool, so I also encourage you as well to, you know, put a bit of money into that if you can as well. SaveBats.org. Anyway, that's my what I have to say about Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray. It's a short video for today. I'm not looking to put 2 or 3 things into this, so all I can say is thanks for tuning in. My name's TK, and you've been watching Pop Pandemonium. See you next time.